opening lineup. The front court is McDaniels and Towns. Conley is the point. Edwards plays on the wing. And it's Gobert in at center. And for San Antonio, Vassell in the wing along with Johnson. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Collins. And it's Sohan in at the guard position. And Greg, when we tip off a new season, it's not uncommon to see some nerves or even sloppy play.
No doubt. I mean, as a player, you put so much time and effort into preparing for the season. Sometimes emotions can get the best of you, and it can take a little time to settle into a game.
Conley pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Here's Sohan for by Conley, and Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, the coach loves this kind of ball movement. Anytime you create something inside the free throw line, you know it's a good look.
Pass to Gobert. Timberwolves passing it around. And Towns, the bucket on the assist by Gobert.
How about Gobert with the find? On time and on target. Nicely done, Rudy.
And Greg, even by modern big man standards, Karl Anthony Towns can really shoot the three.
Yeah, and the only center to win a three-point shooting contest. Towns has developed a terrific stroke. He can shoot the ball as well as most of the guards in our league.
There's a reason Mike Conley's teammates love playing with him. If you're open, I promise he'll find you.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Not the most common call seen in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Vassell, and that one is hammered home.
And you know Vassell at the defensive end, always a threat to pick your pocket.
Timberwolves have gotten their first three shots to go in for him to start off this game. Passes it to Gobert. He kicks it to Edwards. Tries again. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Outside Collins. Wembanyama against Towns. Wembanyama passes to Johnson. Just 4 to shoot. High post try. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the board.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Brown. Down low. Here's Reed. And the layup's good off the glass. And with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, Greg, the legendary Spurs big men of days gone by, does that, do you think, add pressure for Victor Wembanyama?
Maybe a bit, but he also has the resources of the same great organization behind him, and that's what'll help. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. 56 seconds left in the first.
Look now at some numbers for Jones. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 13 points per, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And most important of all is his passing. He's a terrific distributor in their offense.
Well, it's certainly one of his best attributes, creating offense even when it looks like there's nothing there.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
A pass to Reed. Now here's Brown. He's defended by McDermott and finished off by Brown.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And the basket is good. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Spurs. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Anderson finds Edwards. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and it creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen.
Jones, the pass to Wembanyama with 2 seconds left. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And it's 8 points for Victor Wembanyama. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the San Antonio Spurs. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
The forwards for him, Johnson and Sohan. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then it's Collins, and it's Wesley in at the 1. It's the San Antonio 5. Here's McDaniels. Rebound, San Antonio.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Devin Vassell knows where his bread is buttered. He said, I want to excel at the defensive end. When I was at Florida State, you're not going to play if you don't play defense. That stuck with me. You can't control makes and misses, but you can control what you do on the defensive end. Kevin?
Oh, David, I like that mentality. Good for him. Hey, thanks for that story. Greg, you look at the size of some of these point guards now. Magic Johnson would feel right at home.
Yeah, it's a part of a larger trend with all the switching defensively. If you have just one smaller guy on the floor, he is going to get targeted. So they got to bring the double team on.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
Devontae Graham's checked in for Vassell.
Devontae Graham.
Here's McDaniels. Offensive rebound. Gobert. And slam attack by Gobert.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game. After 2 consecutive first-round exits, Greg, the Timberwolves are looking to take that next step.
And with Anthony Edwards at the helm, I think they will soon. But you have to remember, he is only 22 years old. And when you start as that young, you typically have to endure some growing pains before breaking through.
And the Spurs making a change here. Wembanyama is checked in. And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. Trailing by 2. Towns wide open. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Towns has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Timberwolves. Wembanyama passes to Collins.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Unable to get that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. Edwards with it. Still scoreless. Conley kicks to McDaniels. Towns in the corner. The tray. And another 3 for Minnesota.
The problem is the defense has now allowed Karl Anthony Towns to establish the rhythm. Now you've got to double him or get it out of his hands because he's cooking right now.
Wembanyama passes to Graham. Back to Wembanyama. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Conley scanning the floor. Towns for three. And Gobert kicks to Conley. Here's Edwards. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
Anthony Edwards is a load to handle as a defender. This guy's got the frame and the skill to make it very difficult.
So much fun in the doors to watch. Anthony Edwards on the floor. This kid is electric.
Kevin, this guy is part of the next generation of great players. When you look at the rising stars in this league, he's got to be near the top of that list. Unbelievable offensively, three-level scorer, and a guy who will get down and dirty on the defensive end.
Jones, no luck.
Terrific close out there to challenge the three.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Right side, Edwards. Pass to Milton. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Milton's got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves. Jones looking for an opening. Got it off in time. And the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for him. That'll do it for the first half. Timberwolves lead
22.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson, it was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. And trying as they might, they couldn't push their lead past 4 points. What a second quarter for them. They're up by 6 at the break. A nice lead. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
They put a big effort in the rebound, working to corral every miss. That's the hustle you love to see. If they can maintain this approach, it'll give them the edge in other areas of the game.
Shaq, what's your take on San Antonio?
Well, they need to turn the heat up on D. Too often we saw them back.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, the break certainly didn't have a cooling effect on him at all. He's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Towns and Gobert hold down the post for him. The wing set for him, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's Conley in at the point guard.
You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. The Spurs celebrated their 50th season in San Antonio last year. It was a tremendous legacy for one of the 4 ABA teams to join the NBA in 1976. The Spurs hosted a game against the Warriors with more than 68,000 fans in attendance. It was the most ever for a regular season NBA game. These loyal fans continue to support their home team. Kevin?
They've been so loyal. David, thank you. Absolutely. This is a great market. Gobert, no good.
Gotta credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Johnson, the pass to Wembanyama. Towns with the defensive effort.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
McDaniels in the post. Johnson on him. Here's Towns. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Zohan, the pass to Wembanyama. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Timberwolves leading by 6. Well, here we are talking about Timberwolves greats. One player standing out to me, and Doris, I know to you. It's Kevin Garnett.
I don't think there is any debate that KG is #1. He is Minnesota's all-time all-time leader in points, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks. My goodness, what a career.
Passes it to Edwards. Gobert with it. He's guarded by Collins. Gobert dishes to Edwards. Towns in the corner. Another miss by Towns.
In the first half, he was on fire from range, but he hasn't knocked one down since.
Wembanyama outside. To the inside. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to just 4 points with the buckets from Collins.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves, trying to execute toward that.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. Brown is checked in for Edwards. And it's Shake Milton in for Mike Conley. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Jones.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And there's the foul. It's on Trey Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Milton. Brown outside. Back to Milton. 6 to shoot. Pass to McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. The shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Trey Jones.
It's his first trip to the line. He throw good. Milton.
Second team foul.
All free throws good for Milton. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Jones. Milton grabs the board. And here's Milton. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 4-point game. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the third. Good on the triple.
4-3.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Jones against Milton. It's Vassell on the wing. On the wing, Jones. Now here's McDermott. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots.
37.
A lot of good shots. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. The guard pair are Jones and Vassell. Wembanyama is the center with Sohan next to him. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5. Gobert against Wembanyama. Basket number 8 is all good, and he's attempted 12 shots.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
To me, he's just playing smart, efficient basketball, really helping his team hang around this one.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Gobert. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Absolute power from Rudy Gobert. Terrific, out-muscling the defense.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Minnesota.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they moved the ball in this one. selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
Count it.
Hey, this guy is competitive, he's tough, and he'll play through contact. Mike Conley doing work inside.
Johnson, the pass to Wembanyama. Off the run. Basket is good, the assist from Johnson. 18 points for Victor Wembanyama.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Float loose. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. San Antonio making a switch here. Collins is checked in. Edwards, he's checked in for Minnesota. Spurs trailed by 12. Here's Sohan. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. Missed inside. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Timberwolves have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Edwards against Vassell. Here's Gobert. And slammed dunk by Gobert.
How about the finish through contact by Rudy Gobert? Wow.
Stolen by Conley. It's stolen by Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keldon Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game. McDaniels, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson.
Jaden McDaniels.
Edwards kicks to McDaniels. And he uses the glass on the lane. McDaniels got his first bucket of the night.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by Collins. Edwards can't hit.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Timberwolves.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the key components for this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Karl Anthony Towns.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Minnesota making a switch. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Anderson comes in for Towns. Troy Brown's checked in for Edwards. And it's Shake Milton in for Mike Conley. So it's the Timberwolves now. Anderson outside. Lets a floater go. Rebounded by McDermott. To the middle. Here's Graham. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Jaden McDaniels. First free throw is good. And Graham drops them both. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Karen, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by. Thank you, David. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge.